Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So the Piers Morgan has come out and said that the Queen must tell Prince Harry that he's not getting his military titles back. He was a brave soldier, but that doesn't mean he can be an absentee armchair general from 5,000 miles away in his Californian mansion. So this comes hot on the heels of Harry suing. He sues the British tabloids over saying that he's had no contact with the Marines, and he won. But the word is that he had to pay more in court costs than he received in damages. But he did win the case. So let's kind of look at this, because Harry has lost. When he left for Megxit, he lost Captain General Royal Marines. He lost Honorary Air Commandant RAF Honington. He lost Commander-in-Chief Small Ships and Diving. Now, he keeps other things. He was 10 years in service and he was a helicopter pilot. So he keeps those things. This is all because, of the Megxit. Look at Harry's favorability rating. 1, and Meghan is number -26. And that adds 25. Camilla and Charles are 24 and 1, which adds +25, -25. And the only person lower than Meghan in popularity is Prince Andrew. So I looked for Harry in his military uniform through these. Harry was booked 1 year in advance for 10 Marines killed in a bomb blast. And instead he went to the Lion King to flog Meghan for voiceover contracts. And she got one. She got that elephant. This is Harry in his military uniform. This is, Will and Kate are looking good. Meghan is looking envious. Harry's looking unhappy. Here's another picture of that. Harry and Meghan are looking like crap. And Will and Kate are also looking tense, feeling the tension. This is Harry and Meghan. No, that's not that same one. But he is wearing some military things. So the military is a very big deal. This is for the tomb of the unknown soldier. And so he's in full garb. And the next year, they did their own media splash thing where Harry and Meghan went to the Los Angeles cemetery where there are no British soldiers buried, and that went over like a lead balloon. And here's Harry. This was, I think, for Harry's birthday. Here he is right in the center with his military uniform on. He married in military uniform. Here he is with... All right, so Piers is saying that Harry is not getting his military titles back. He's not going to get his military titles back unless he returns to the royal family. He's not going to return to the royal family full time as a working royal until and unless he leaves Meghan. And divorces her. Does the public want Harry stripped of his remaining titles? Let's just look at that. What is the public feeling about Harry and his military titles? Because they do consider Harry a real royal. They consider Meghan an illegitimate royal, not royal. And they just want Harry back. Does the public want Harry stripped of his remaining titles? Remaining military titles. Look at all those threes. Stripped of his remaining military titles. 4 clubs. This is 4-leaf clover, very optimistic. If you blink, you can miss it. Mustard seed, these are titles. Veil. 8 and 4, 12, 3 spades, conflict. So it depends what happens. Okay, it depends what happens on a moment-by-moment basis. It's a very emotional issue. It's not a logical issue. 3s are building action, working together. If he starts doing stuff with the military and works at it, then he belongs there. So it's all emotional. It's all the movement of emotions. 10 hearts is the most emotional card. 9 hearts, very important. So the emotions, how people feel about what he's doing with the military is the most important. And he just, the thing where he helps out the injured soldiers, the Invictus Games, he just dropped the ball, and that was just canceled. The Invictus Games were just canceled and pushed forward another year because of the Wu flu. Yeah, so it's going very poorly. They're right on the verge of bankruptcy at this point, and there's no fundraising. Harry didn't show up for a big fundraising event where they should, which keeps the lights on for Invictus, which he started, and he's the figurehead of it. So people feel like it depends what he does. If he is active, and he's not active, and that's the point that Piers is making. Piers is making the point that Harry is 5,000 miles away. How is he going to do anything? And he literally doesn't come back to England. So how is he going to do anything for the British military? What is the Queen's feelings on this? Let's look at the Queen and Harry. Is she protecting him? Is she looking at stripping more titles, more military titles away? I think she's protecting him. Let's just see what we get. Queen. Ooh. Harry. Oh. Oh boy. Queen and Harry. So Harry is looking very disappointed. Earthquake, this is the worst thing that could happen to him. He's very, very upset about this. 26, 7 diamonds. This was all imposed on him, losing these titles. He's still a royal family member. So it's good that this is in the future position. So the past is very bad, and he's still healing from this. But it's just these circumstances were imposed on him. He losing his military titles. He's very, very upset about that. He couldn't be more upset about that. Thankfully, the devil's not showing. But I think he's angry and maybe vengeful, and I think Meghan is feeding that into him, because Meghan is like that. Meghan is kind of a vengeful person who doesn't forget. The Queen, honest woman, big change. She has ultimate power, 25 over his future, 7 hearts. She has complete power over his future. And she doesn't need to consult anybody. The executioner doesn't need to consult anybody. She can just strip everything away. And he realizes how powerful it is. But he's still a family. He's still a royal family member, connected to a close personal relationship with the royal family, but currently separated. 8, 2 spades. So the future cards are both quite positive. All the negative cards are in the past, present and past. He's still very bitter about this, very upset about this. But this is quite strong and positive, even though he's separated for now. So I don't think she's intending to strip away more titles at this point. But it was very painful in the past. Harry was punished very severely for running away from the royal family. And he was really hit where it hurts him. Now, some people, was Harry a diligent soldier? A lot of people say, well, he was coddled. He always had minders, because he can't get shot or kidnapped. And that is a real concern. You don't want a royal family member kidnapped. That would be very bad. Or shot. That would be very bad for morale. So was he a diligent soldier? Was he a good soldier? Or did he spend all his time playing video games and cutting up and just riding on his status? Was Harry a good soldier? Because he spent 10 years. I think he seemed to enjoy it. Devil. All right, was Harry a good soldier or a slacker? I'm going to say no, he was not a good soldier. Devil, straight razor, and cornucopia. 8, 9, and 11, 25 spades. No, he was a he was a mischievous child. He wasn't interested in working at all. He just was getting away from his family. So that's actually quite insightful. And a lot of people are saying that Harry just went off with Meghan because he's just trying to get away from his family. So the military was a way that he just got away from being a royal, and he got to be a normal bloke. And that's what he would say about it. He was just a normal bloke. Well, he wasn't working at all. He was a total screw off. He wasn't trying to be responsible at all. He was just getting away from his family. So heart, the good intentions of the rooting, no, 5 spades and 5 clubs. He wasn't doing anything in the military. He was just coasting. He was just Harry. He wanted to go out drinking. He wanted to party. He wanted to play video games. He was just getting away from his family. This was a way for him to get away from the pressure of being a royal, but he had all the royal status, so they wouldn't fire him. So that's interesting. Does the military want Harry back? Are they like, we really want Harry back. We really want his support. He did a lot for us as a royal. I think he had the ability to do a lot for them as a royal, and I think he probably tried. So do they want Harry's influence back, as sort of someone who represents them? Okay, do they want Harry back in his royal role as a representative of all the various military forces, promoting them and trying to get things for them? Son, very positive. That's a yes card. Connected, son, and yes, officially. Yes, officially, he's very good at flogging for them and getting good things for the military, bringing attention to them and bringing honor to them. He's very good at that as a royal. Outside of being in the military, he's very good at that. So 5 diamonds, 6 hearts, long-term, ongoing connection with them personally, transformation, water into wine, manifesting over the long term. So over the long term, he's had a very positive effect. So as a figurehead, as a member of the royal family who is a military veteran and is, trying to get good things for the military, he's very useful. As an actual military soldier, he was nothing but a pain in the ass. Okay, so what do we have here? What do we have? Piers says he's not getting his titles back. Well, I agree, he's not getting his titles back. So what he does on a moment-by-moment basis, it's all about emotions and the relationships, which is what Harry is so good at. Harry is good at the personal relationships. Here we have long-term or permanent close relationships and really working. So if he does the work, he's great. People really love him. The military has really benefited from him being a royal. Is the Queen looking to strip some more titles? There's a lot of pain, a lot of really bad stuff here in the past. It was really, really, really painful for Harry, but I don't think she's looking to strip anything else. He was a total screw off as a soldier, playing video games, making jokes, cutting up, drinking coffee. But as a royal representing the military and someone who is a veteran, he's very useful to them. He does really good things. So I think this kind of displays Harry's strengths. Harry is very strong interpersonally. He's great. He builds good relationships, and you can trust him, and he's good. Okay, but as a worker, he wasn't interested in working at all. He's very upset about losing the military titles. He's very, very, very upset about that. I don't see him wanting to take vengeance here, but he couldn't be more upset about it. And so that's a good thing. That's probably, in the negative sense, that's going to pull him back toward the royal family, which I think is what's best for everybody. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who support me by buying me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.